going on, peeps? We sat here doing some testing in the Xfinity series Chevy Camaro here at Nashville Superspeedway. Trying to do some test laps, see what this thing feels like. I just got me a setup and gonna test it out, see what's up. Ooh. Got a little loose on entry. Kind of dived it in there just a little too deep, but it's okay. Definitely seems better than like the stock one, or the one they give you. Ooh, got in the wall. Gonna have to reset, but that's just part of it. Like I said, I'm filling it out. This is the first time I ever even tried this setup, so. Now you can probably hear my shifter clinking. Got loose again on entry, man. It's crazy because it's wanting to turn a lot better than like the baseline setup that they give you. It's not as tight, and you just don't want it to over rotate. Oh, started over rotate. Had to catch it. Might have to come in and get some fresh tires. I don't know. It's kind of seeming like it's wanting to push now. It's typical after you run a few laps on a concrete surface. And I don't know if you should be running up high or low. I'm sure down low is probably the best line to run around here. I mean, the surface is really abrasive and there's all kinds of bumps and hops and all over it, and that's just part of it though. Some people would say that adds character to it and gives it a little bit of a, you know, finesse of having to drive it, but I just randomly found this setup online, so it may not be the best one out there, but you know, it's a setup, I guess. It's half a second faster than like the baseline setup. Come here and get some new tires.
Pit box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here. Move it, move it.
Let me see if I can get just a little bit more turning out of it. No, it's relative, sorry. I try not to be so, you know, it's iRacing, dude. I think iRacing is super competitive. It can be if you want it to be, but it's also supposed to just be fun. You know what I mean? Like, I take it seriously, I do. I take it as serious as I would a real race. I'm not out here treating it like it's a real race, you know? I'm not out here giving it every single bit I have. It's definitely a lot looser. Let's see what kind of lap we can throw down on this one. Really loose. That's gonna suck. I mean, still, it's 30.7. Completely sideways out of 4. Gosh, you want to mash on the gas so bad, but it just can't. Which, dude, I really, honestly and truthfully, I've never messed with actual setups in iRacing other than, what setups somebody else might have. But I'm more focused on like fixed races because I find that fixed races take all of that out. You know what I mean? Like you're all in the exact same car with the exact same setup. The person that's going to be able to drive that car around through there the best is going to be the better driver. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean no disrespect, but you can have a car and you can have a setup that's perfectly fine. But when you're talking about even playing fields and who, you know what I mean, who has the better driving capability, fixed setup is where it's at. So like you could have, you can have a car, you can have a setup, you can be halfway decent, and that doesn't really mean anything to me. I mean, that does that make you the better driver? You know what I mean? That's why I do fixed races, and I try to focus my racing around fixed races because that levels the playing field, and then you really get to see who shines and who is the true wheel man. It's turning like crap again. I've done wore the new off my tires. It's hot in my streaming room too. It's about burning up. I forgot to turn my air on. And when you live by yourself, it's kind of hard to, holler at somebody to turn their air on. But see, when somebody is trying to find every little, few tenths of a second, they're looking into setups and oh yeah, that's really what makes my car. I'm so much faster than everybody else. And that doesn't prove nothing. You know what I mean? That proves absolutely zero. It's the same concept as somebody being in a top of the line car versus you being in shit equipment. Same difference. Like if you look at it and like, oh, yep, that's a fair race. That's a 100% fair race. You're in like you're in a $500,000 car, but mine costs $100K and or $75K, and so. But no, it's a 100% fair race. We have the same. You see what I'm saying? That's why I like fixed races. Everybody's got that $500,000 car. Do they really cost that? Of course not. I'm just saying, like, if you could imagine like the most absolute best car that you could ever imagine, like something that they just put out on the track and everybody's like, what is this? You know, I would say probably an Xfinity car costs probably 150 to 200,000 for like a really good one. I mean, a really good one, good motor, all that. That's probably on the higher end for like just to be out there in the field, probably 100 to 150K. And those are just guesstimations, so don't quote me on that. Yeah, I've done wore the new off my tires. But like I said, it's you can have all the setups in the world you want. That doesn't really prove anything. I mean, that's just how you choose to race it. I at least pull off the track before I go slowing down, just to get out of the racing line. Proper driver etiquette. Now, baby, that's how you walk one. Just in case you was curious.
Pit box in 10,
It's pretty, ain't it?
5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Not too far forward. Let's see you do that. I challenge you to a burnout competition. Oh, ran my guys over. Sorry, bro. My bad. Look, they're standing inside the car. I'm just kidding.